Hey guys, what's up? In this video we are going to be getting into my wife's 2005 Forester XT Limited. So this is a manual with leather, definitely a pretty cool car. She's had this about 11 years now. A few years back we did a light overhaul to get it back on the road again. And in this video we're going to catch up on some overdue maintenance, get into some bushings, as well as a little upgrade. We're going to throw on some 4-pot 2-pots. Alright, now we're going to be getting into the rear 2-pot conversion. How I'm going to go about this is I'm going to be using the actual 2-pot backing plate. I'm also going to be replacing the rear control arms with new ones and new bushings, just because these are quite aged on this car. These are original on this car. This car has 335,000 kilometers, so quite a bit. As some of you guys know, getting out that long bolt in the back there can be quite a task. So I'm going to go ahead first, try and get that guy off, then I can work my way inward once the axles drop down and get the rest of the control arms off. Alright, now we've got pretty much everything ready to go. We have the rear control arms all undone from the subframe, from the spindle, the trailing arm is undone, sway bar. We're ready to pull out our bearing. Here we are with the GD STI control arms all cleaned up. I just sprayed these with WD-40, some steel wool, and maybe 5 minutes of effort. Took all the grime and, you know, rust stuck stuff off of them. They look great. They're ready to go in the car. I did not clean the transverse bushing, and here is why. So this is my original Forester control arm here. You can see the transverse bushing there. Then you can see the GD STI one there. So it is significantly lower compared to the Forester one. I'm not totally sure what would happen if you installed this on the Forester. It may fit. I'm probably going to buzz this guy off and kind of see how it fits, but I believe I am going to use the Forester one. Switched over my transverse bushing here, so this is the Forester one. This is the GD STI one. So you can see there is a significant difference in the spacing. For fun, I went to go install the STI control arm using the STI transverse bushing, and I'll show you why it doesn't simply work. Here we are back over at the Forester there, and this is why it doesn't work. There is a front subframe spacer in the Forester. Your control arm mounts to the subframe, then to the chassis. You could use the STI transverse bushing if you remove this subframe spacer, which at this time I am just not totally into doing that, because as you can see, there's a whole motor attached to it. I mean, I could try and do one side at a time, but then the subframe, then it's gonna go up with the subframe, the engine cradle, let's call it. It's gonna go up with the engine cradle as well and just cause some complications that I'm not totally into dealing with right now. So I mean, this is more or less like a maintenance venture on this car rather than a restoration. So later when I get into a restoration, that is something I would consider at that point. All right, that pretty much wraps up this video here, other than actually showing my wife, which she has no idea that I've been doing this to her car. I would not call this a restoration. This was more so kind of a bit of an upgrade slash some maintenance stuff. This car, for the most part, is otherwise all original and looking quite good considering. Eventually I would like to do the whole underside, drop everything and powder coat all the components and fix anything that's kind of hiding along the way. But until then, now the car can be enjoyed again by my wife, and she will be off my back about it not being as cool as some other kind of, you know, show type Foresters and stuff like that.
Whoa, it's purple! No way! Look at that!
Yeah, cool, eh?
No way! When did you do that? Wow. Wow. Look at it! It's so pretty. Oh look, it matches my nail polish.
Wow.
No way. When do I get to drive it?
All right guys, as you can see there, the car was well received by my wife. She was thrilled with the visuals and the little bit of maintenance items like the bushings and some upgraded control arms and such. Not only does this add some curb appeal to the car, it also adds a little bit of performance. You definitely get a bit more braking action with the 4-pot 2-pots. I did this in my spare time over the period of like 4 months, tinkering here and there every day before work. With that being said, the car is very dusty and it is due for a nice cleanse and a nice family drive. Till the next one, guys, hope you enjoyed.